Welcome back to the show. Check these headlines this morning. David Schwartz is going to be live today at 11:15 talking about CBDC exploration. We'll get into it. Bank of America lists 20 high-profile companies with crypto exposure. You're going to want to know who they are. Remember Perkins Coie? Well, we got something for you to see from a previous Ripple swell. Perry Ann Boring, Chamber of Commerce, speaks to the problem we're having right now in crypto. You're going to want to hear it. Ripple partner making moves. MoneyGram stellar now. Remember the $150-300 trillion market that Ripple always talks about? Well, guess what? Stellar and Ripple and central bank digital currencies. Come on in, baby. And XRP is headed for a new incoming all-time high for XRP price. Somebody roll that beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. Let's take a look at it. $2.295 trillion market cap, ladies and gentlemen. We're creeping back to the former all-time high of 2.5 plus. We're getting there. We're not far away. Now, take a look at it. We're up 5.18% right now on the entire crypto space, and we see Bitcoin is sitting above $54,000 with a 25.80 increase in the last 7 days. Ethereum now over $3,500 and more than 20% in the last 7 days. Cardano $2.32. It moved 7.90% in the last 24 hours, giving it 11.32 on the 7-day. XRP is up 4% right now, but it was 5.29% just a short time before this video started. And we're also up here 15.91% on the 7-day as well. Let's look at the price range very quickly. Lots of news to go through this morning. Sitting at $1.08 right now. 103.52 was the low end of the XRP price range, and $1.1050 was the high side of that. We may be looking at a breakout here. I want to remind people right now that Ripple fully subscribed, and so did Link2, and so did Uphold. And we see that when you see this fully subscribed, you need to understand, first of all, there's other great products, Kraken included, Automation Anywhere, and all these other great products. But when you see this, don't think it's gone forever, because you should check each day at 8 a.m. Pacific time or 11 a.m. Eastern time, because if they're going to load new batches of this to be offered, that's the time you want to look. And I tell you this because it never lasts long. All right, and right here is a reminder that Bitcoin holders and crypto holders in general have a few months to take advantage of a tax loophole that could go away in 2022. And he's talking about the wash sales, when you're able to sell your portfolio or something in your portfolio and then turn around immediately and buy it back to your advantage if it works out. So that may go away for all of us, because there is legislation that's been proposed that could stop us from getting that advantage of being able to sell off an asset, turn around, buy it back, and take the loss or what have you. So make sure, if you don't know what to do, check the links in the description for Link2 and Clinton, and check them out, because they can always help you do what you're looking to do. Looking right here, David Schwartz is going to be talking about central banks' exploration of central bank digital currencies with Alyssa DiCaprio here. And this is from the trenches of CB Insights, and that's later today at 11:15 a.m. Eastern time, as she leads a discussion on central bank digital currencies, stable coins, and the future of money. I want to remind you right now that we are supposed to get some framework from the U.S. Treasury and the President's Working Group on stable coins. Now, I think that's going to be very revealing going forward, believe it or not. And I know stable coins are not an investment product per se, but I think showing us how they want to regulate that or not is going to be really something we all need to see. Here's something else you need to see, and it's the U.S. Department of Justice has announced it's launching a national crypto cryptocurrency enforcement team targeting cybercrime. Now, I'm not going to read this to you, but I will tell you they are very serious about the team they're putting together to be able to dismantle any companies that are helping nefarious actors out here get their crypto turned to cash. You better beware if you're a part of anything like that. Now, you can't say it any better than this, so I'm going to say it right now. It's Mr. B XRP. He says, hey, Tom Emmer, based on what Gary Gensler said and did not say in yesterday's hearing, there is not one digital asset out of the 6,000 to 10,000 of them that has formal SEC regulatory clarity. Not one. Not one. How about that for leadership, Gary Gensler? Right? Bank of America identifies 20 high-profile U.S. companies with crypto exposure. Now, none of what we're talking about is financial advice. It's all educational-based and sometimes theory speculative-based, but it's not financial advice. But I wanted to show this because this is just some of the names of companies that have crypto exposure that have been highlighted by Bank of America. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Walt Disney, Fox Corporation, JP Morgan are among the list of 20 publicly traded United States companies with some high-level exposure to, or with some level of exposure to crypto and digital assets based on Bank of America. It also talks about Morgan Stanley, Signature Bank, Warner Music Group also have some exposure to digital assets as well. I wanted to highlight those companies because some people are interested in companies that do have exposure, because some people want to invest in some of the companies that have taken some sort of position in this industry as well. So I wanted to share that information in case you're interested. Looking right here, this is Perkins Coie partner from former SEC employee Michael Didiuk. I hope I said your name right. I probably train wrecked it, and I apologize, Michael. However, he is saying in this 2018-2019 Ripple event, the Swell event, and I think actually it was 2018 because I was at the 2019. He wasn't there. But this is pretty interesting because Perkins Coie is also the law firm that helped Ethereum and also helped write the memo for William Hinman giving Ethereum a free pass. But listen to what Michael Didiuk says here about XRP. Actually, in his view, a former SEC employee is not a security. It is a currency.
So maybe a fun question. From each of your perspectives, do you think XRP is a security? And if you had to guess, what would you think the SEC would say?
Should we start with our SEC expert, Mike?
I don't think XRP is a security. I think XRP is a currency, and the reason why is when you think about the test that was laid out by the Supreme Court in 1946 in the SEC v. Howey, which is, you've probably all heard of the Howey test. It's a 4-factor test: investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profits based on the efforts of others. And you have to satisfy all 4 prongs. So if one of those prongs is not there, you're not a security. So with XRP, Ripple could go away and XRP would still exist. And so there's no efforts of others in my mind.
Well said, Michael Didiuk right there. And I think that's probably the right way to say his name. I hope it is. But anyway, what a great perspective from him from back in 2018. This is the president of the Chamber of Digital Commerce, Perry Ann Boring here, who, and I'm not going to play this whole 5-minute clip so you can breathe a sigh of relief, but I do want you to hear the first minute or so of what she has to say here. Listen to this.
Well, I absolutely love that Commissioner Peirce joined the interview from her car. It's truly a testament to how hard she has been working as an advocate for the blockchain space. And she's absolutely right. We do not have clear, defined regulations on when a digital asset is a security and when it is not. This is not just me saying this. Hester Peirce has said this, and we also have, I would guess there's about 30 members of Congress who have either sponsored or introduced legislation to address this very issue. So because the SEC has failed to give the industry the clarity that it needs, Congress is now stepping in, and we saw that again yesterday. Ranking member of the House Financial Services Committee, Patrick McHenry, introduced a bill that would create a safe harbor for digital tokens. And it mirrors the proposal that Hester Peirce has developed. She also has a safe harbor, but the SEC has yet to bring that forward for rulemaking. We are continuing to urge them to do so, and Congress is now stepping into the conversation.
Yeah, and I guess, a lot of it speaks to how quickly this stuff moves. Obviously, DC doesn't move that fast, so they're kind of catching up in what's really going on here. And I guess, you might have people watching this all play out and say, all right, Bitcoin and Ethereum got to that kind of promised land of not being seen as a security. There's promise that some of these other projects might be able to do the same as well. But it's a very important distinction when it comes to being able to bring new money in to support these projects. I mean, what maybe still needs to be figured out there, because the SEC has not been as clear as some people would have liked.
Yeah, so in the clip that was shown earlier, Chair Gensler talked about kind of this four-pronged, the Howey test, and reliant on the efforts of others being one of those four prongs to decide if something is a security or not. Where there's been a lot of confusion is there was a speech given by Director Hinman a few years ago, famous speech when Gary met plastic, something like that. He said, it is possible for something to be introduced as a security and then over time become decentralized or functional, and then it would no longer be a security. It would then be a commodity. So, okay, great. But what is that? And we still don't know what that looks like. In the meantime, we're seeing enforcement. We're seeing a significant amount of enforcement activity across the ecosystem. And all the lawyers are left to read the tea leaves to really understand what the rules to the road are. So,
and there you have it. She goes on to say that if we have to rely on Congress, that's really going to be an uphill battle if Congress has to provide the clarity for the SEC and other market regulators as well. But, it's just nice to finally hear Perry Ann Boring, at least on the public front, because, I know that there's a lot of work going on lobbying back end, but at least on the public front, acknowledge the lack of clarity from the SEC, because we really didn't hear from the Chamber of Digital Commerce when Ripple was in the throes of all of this until, as DAI pointed out rightfully so, once Coinbase fell into the crosshairs, then we saw the Chamber of Digital Commerce really step up here, and I hope their presence doesn't fall back from this point. Let's take a look right here. We see Ripple partner Flutterwave has partnered with Airtel Money, a mobile money platform enabling businesses in Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, and Malawi, Kenya, and Rwanda to receive payments from Airtel Money customers and make bulk payments into Airtel Money wallets. I tell you, this is one of those moments when you just say to yourself, am I really glad that this is a global, decentralized business, because it's not bound by just the U.S. and the SEC's court case, right? Now, granted, I'm not trying to minimize how important that case is, because it's very important. And not too long from now, I'm going to be making a video about some information that may be extremely pertinent to how that case shakes out for all of us, especially as XRP retail investors. Looking right here, MoneyGram announces innovative agreement with the Stellar Development Foundation to utilize blockchain technology, providing a bridge between digital assets and local currencies for consumers. Now, most of you know that Ripple was formerly partnered with MoneyGram, and they were using and sourcing XRP for settlement in specific corridors, and it was working like a champ. And then, of course, because of the lawsuit, Ripple had to disengage, and MoneyGram had to distance herself from that because they didn't want to get sucked in the vortex with the whole deal. What's interesting about that is that the SEC had to approve the Ripple deal with MoneyGram originally, and they knew that MoneyGram was going to use XRP to settle transactions inside of their business model for remittances. That, to me, is absolutely one of these big glaring facts that I haven't heard really driven home. And there's so many other great facts in the Ripple SEC case, but that's one of them there that really shows a culpability from the SEC as well, I believe. But here we see Stellar's filled those shoes, and they have now made an agreement with Stellar to utilize the blockchain technology for bridging these digital assets and local cryptocurrencies for consumers. I'm tickled to death about it because I see a different path for Ripple and XRP. I do believe, if you remember, as I had a chance to speak with David Schwartz at Swell 2019, we were talking going down the stairs, that he explained that, this was a test, like a live test, to allow everyone to be able to see what was going on here. And the only thing they had to do at the time after that was ramp it up once you figure out it works. This may be the ramping up, but with Stellar instead of Ripple, as we see Ripple and Stellar are headed for this $150-300 trillion range market here. And this is Raoul Pal from Real Vision, who I absolutely respect the daylights out of this guy's macro views of this space. He notes that most major asset classes, including equities, bonds, and real estate, sit within the $150-300 trillion range. And the former Goldman Sachs executive thinks the crypto market cap will surge by 100 times to match those other sectors. And I add to that to say, I agree with it. And I add to that to say that in order for it to 100x, it's going to have to move into these markets. You will see a digitization and a tokenization of equities and bonds and real estate, which to a degree we're starting to see now, but it is the early days of taking over the entire world with digitization and tokenization. But I certainly see that this is the goal, as Naveen Gupta says from Ripple, to make a dent in the universe or go away. And I think they're making a dent, because here we see Stellar joins Ripple in making a case for central bank digital currencies on their blockchains. Now it seems both are in a CBDC race. The National Bank of Ukraine was testing central bank digital currencies on the Stellar blockchain. Meanwhile, Ripple recently partnered with Bhutan RMA to trial their central bank digital currency. I think we're seeing the larger picture take shape here. I really, really do. And it is extremely exciting to me. Now let's take a look at this right here. This is a diagram that is shared by XRP Crypto Quebec. We've covered it many times here, and I can't remember, but I believe it was World Economic Forum document. Forgive me if I've mistakenly said where the document came from, but it's been out for a few years. 2020 was last updated on this Interledger Protocol family, ISO 20022 ecosystem. Now, the 20022 is a de facto modern payment language that is being adopted by everyone everywhere to get this uniformity in this payment language. Now, there's a standards body committee, and SWIFT is adopting it. Everyone's adopting it. Central banks, everybody, right? So, and we know that Ripple is the first member to be elected to that standards body committee, or brought on to that committee, and to explore distributed ledger technology. What I love about this diagram, again, not financial advice, but I hold Stellar, XLM, I hold XDC, I hold Algo, I hold XRP. I don't have IOTA, but I hold almost everything on here, and it's by design that I do. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's by design that I do, because I'm playing the long game, and I believe the use case of not only ISO 20022, but the tokens and blockchains involved in that and those payment networks will be extremely valuable one day. Again, not financial advice, but let's take a look here, because we're seeing some new price targets, and these new price targets are absolutely calling for new all-time highs for XRP, and I couldn't be more excited. This is Dark Defender saying targets are $133.266, then $7.39 and $20. Now that means we're going to have some up and down if you look at the market, but these are the targets that are in front of us, they say. So, and now we look here and we get some uniform approach here from CoinsKid as well, who says in near term, and it could be as recent as next month in October, we could see the $4.55 and then pushing on from there. And in a give and take, right? Pushing on from there as charts do to $8 plus, $13 plus, and $27 plus. Now, the $4.55 is targeted by as early as the end of next month. Now, that is exciting to me that we could be looking at a new all-time high price for XRP before the end of the year. Now, imagine these other price targets when we see the actual SEC court case settled, summary judgment, or what have you, right? When it's done, it's over, and there's a clear path forward for XRP. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share with somebody you know. Don't forget to check out the links in the description and comment box. They are great products that I use each and every day. And more importantly, they're trusted, vetted links, and there's great specials and deals in there as well. 99-cent 7-day trial for Pure VPN. Help hide your identity online. Cold storage for Ledger Nano. Tons of sales on different bundles they have, but you got to click the links. The only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. If you don't believe me, check out the link for IRAs with I Trust Capital. I'll catch you on the next one.